just joining us today so they can see what we're talking about on the Inspirational Businesswoman Show after show. So hold on just a moment and let me show you. We have just finished interviewing Juliette Clark. She is really a master when it comes to getting your book published and building an audience platform so that you can get out there in a big way. So you're just going to love, she's got some more great tips for us here on the Blab Show. So thanks for coming on in and joining us. And if you want to, let me pull this up. If you want to go back and see the show that I just finished, go to hmtips.com/Juliette, and you will be able to see an incredible interview that gives you a lot of, as I say, gold mine of information. So Juliette, thanks for being here with us in the Blab After Show. And if you have questions for Juliette about publishing and building your audience, she's here to answer those questions. Let me bring Margarita in first of all. And we've got one more open seat. Welcome, Margarita. So Juliette, welcome. All right, now Juliette, we need to check we got to get your speakers working again because for some reason they are not. So go to the very top of the address bar for the Blab that we're in, and you'll see a camera up there on the right-hand side where you see the address bar for Blab. There's a camera on the right-hand side. Try clicking on that and check your audio because there's a place to tell it what microphone you want to be using. Okay, we're still not hearing you. So we'll give you a moment to do that. In the meantime, I want to welcome everyone as you're coming on in. Thank you for joining us. And we'll keep working on the sound, Juliette, not a problem. Okay, Crystal, or Margarita, let's give you a chance while she's working on her volume control over there to tell us a little bit about what you learned today from listening to Juliette's incredible tips over on the Hangout Show.
Juliette is amazing, and I think that it's very, very valuable for authors to listen to what she says, and the advice you gave me was also very helpful. I want to be a little bit more specific. I know these people on my beta tester list. I have just sent them. I'm working on a coloring book for adults about the chakras and how stressed women can transform their energies inside. And I just got a client who says, "Oh, I want this book."
Wonderful.
Yeah, and so I've sold pre-sold two books already. So I sent them a PDF of the PDF that I've done. So the question is,
hold on just a moment, Juliette. Margarita. Juliette, try going out and coming back in and see if that brings your audio up.
And thank you, Virginia, for doing this Hangout and Blab, because it's a blessing in disguise to actually have somebody like you who actually sees what the problems are and provide so much good content in a time frame that is concise.
Well, you know that is one of my objectives. Juliette, speak up, see if we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's all you needed to do was refresh. Good job.
Okay, Margarita, what was your question again? I'm sorry.
So I want to treat my beta testers. It's a coloring book I do for stressed professional women who wants to heal their issues. I'm a crystal healer and a healer. And so that, what do you suggest? I was thinking to send them one chapter there's a few images in there that they can color in, and I'm thinking that if I can collect somehow their pictures that they have colored in, what do I do with them, and how do you think I can use that?
Oh gosh, you can use those on your website. Take those pictures and maybe have them write a paragraph about how helpful it was in their healing process. And kudos to you. That sounds like a lot of fun. But I think I would use those as testimonials, people who have already, the beta testers who have drawn in your book, or, with crayons or whatever it is, and how that translated, how it helped them with their feelings. I think I would definitely use that in a testimonial.
Yeah. And so to have their experience enhanced, shall I send them each week or each couple of days another sections are engaging them with the content, or what strategy do I have to have them actually super 100% this is the book to have for the millennium,
What is your goal with this? Are you a coach and you're trying to get them into your coaching programs, or do you want to sell the book? What is your ultimate goal here?
I have a coaching program. It's related to that. I do, and so I want them to actually acknowledge that they need healing, and so that I can help them, or that they actually going to look for help for their what the pain is, the emotional pain and the stress and stuff like that. And the book in itself was written for me because I was in the end of a debt situation. I just didn't have any money. And I just got debt free on Friday.
Oh, yay!
Woo!
That is fantastic, Margarita.
It's so encouraging because I did start it when I was about to get bankrupt, November 1st, and I started in November 1st, wrote the last section in November 16, and Virginia had the blessings and compassion to interview with me. And then I now have a basically finished, edited a book proposal that I'm going to load onto Amazon maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, yeah, I think I would just take a couple pages out, and I think I liked your strategy of doing it over a couple weeks, because I think if you give them all at once, they're just going to color and there will be no acknowledgement of the feelings and what you're trying to do. But I think if you give it out, I'm assuming since you're a coach, you have an email list and you have you can do that as a freebie. Maybe make it a series with your autoresponder where they sign up for the first one and maybe they get another 2 over the next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's over 60 images that they can color in.
So Margarita, tell everyone what the name of your book is. This is your chance to grow your audience. Also, you have an opportunity to go right in the comment section. That's what this is about. And in a second, just hold on with that for just a moment. I want to invite anyone else who would like to come in. Christine Cooper, you have some more questions for Juliet. Feel free to ask to join us. Or if you want to, go over to the left-hand side where you can type in a question, and I will get that to Juliet. And for all of you joining us, thank you so much. Would you please tell a little bird about us? Because Juliet's giving some valuable information. So please click on that Tell a Little Bird over there. I think for you, it's over that way. Tell a little bird about what we're discussing here today. We really appreciate that. All right, Margarita, what is the name of your book?
Where Heart Touches Matter, a chakra coloring book for adult women.
Where Heart Touches Matter, a chakra coloring book for adults. Do you love this? You know what? Adults are getting into coloring again. It's becoming a whole new, whole new paradigm. Let's color. Well, I think maybe coloring might be better for us health-wise than the amount of negative news we're all watching. So look at this book and then you know that you can also use it to balance your chakras at the same time.
I have another question for you, Juliet, and that is, I have also a membership that they can go into and download the templates for these images, and it's like a huge. I have such a much like audio files for every chapter, so it's like. I think that I could probably sell it for $500 just the membership. Am I overdoing? Am I overdoing this here?
What do you mean in the sense of, are you overdoing it? Are you giving too much away for free?
So, yeah.
I think so. I think I would limit it to the three giveaways, and maybe make this a part of your program. People could either, this is free with your program since it is so much, or publish it over on Amazon with links. I don't know if you've published it yet, but you could
published it yet.
You haven't. You could do some interactive links in there too. Interactive books are an amazing new venue where if you are active on video or you have audio out there or even links to your website, you put them right in the book. And for people that you're trying to bring into your program, interactive links are fabulous because not only do they get to experience your coloring book, but they get to experience what you're like. And instead of just the words on a page, they get to see you in action. They get to see your face. They get to see how you speak. And that can be really powerful in linking your book to trusting you and buying into larger products in your funnel.
Awesome. You're great. So how can I follow you, Juliet? You have a Facebook page or something?
That's just what I was going to say. Juliet, we need to get your information into the comment section and on the recording. So tell everyone where they can take the next step with you if they want professional guidance in this area.
You can find me over on Facebook. I'm under Juliet Dillon Clark. And also I have a group over on Facebook called Writing and Publishing Tips and Tricks. And that's where I think I talked a little bit about it on the other show about that's my community over there. And you can set up strategy sessions with me, publishing sessions if you want to know more about the interactive books and how you can get that all into place and get it published. So go find me over there at Twitter. On Twitter, I think I'm at Gypsy Novel. That was my second book, a novel about gypsies. So at Gypsy Novel on Twitter.
Gypsy Novel, what was that?
At Gypsy Novel, that's my Twitter handle because I started that back when I was building my platform during my second book.
Well, that's how I got my name too at VP Hypnocoaches, my past career, which I did for 25 years. And now, of course, I'm passionate about Hangouts and live stream marketing. So, but, hey, it's still me, same person, right?
I have to tell you a funny story. I tried to follow my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter on Twitter the other day. And she told me, Mom, I just can't do this with you because you don't know how to use Twitter. And I said, really? Because I've been on here since 2010 and I have almost 6,000 followers. So who knows how to use Twitter better, young lady?
Yes, put your daughter in her place. Here we go. I think again, it's a problem when you don't have your real name on there. So HMI, come on in. I know you. And I'm trying to think what your first name is, so you can let us know what it is. And Margarita, okay. So Margarita just jumped out on here. Okay, welcome. Come on, HMI. Is it Ricardo?
Hi. I'm Ricardo.
I thought so. Good to see you, Ricardo.
Okay. So let me. Okay. I want to ask something because I'm not a writer, so I never wrote a book. So I'd like to know, because I'm thinking about writing a book. So I'd like to have some advices on how can I start, from what point, because I have expertise in different fields. So I could start from my expertise, but just to have an idea on how to, for example, structure the book.
When I sit down and write my nonfiction books, I go and I buy those little 4x6 cards. You know what I'm talking about? Like kids use. And I just start jotting down ideas and there you go. And organizing them into, I try to start with maybe 10 main sections and then expanding from there. And then I kind of move those cards around, I leave them on the floor and then I think about, do I really want that there? Do I want it over there? And then I start writing my outline from those cards. I think that is the easiest way to do it. And also with the cards there, you can, for me, I walk by the whole thing I have going on the floor, and I'll say, you know what, I don't like that idea anymore, and I'll rip the card up. So, it's just kind of, if you let it sit there for a while, your mind starts picking up, I'm going to do this now, and how is best to get it organized. And it comes together for me that way. Hopefully that's not too messy for everyone else, but that's how I organize it best.
Okay.
So you don't have to be techie to do this.
No, but
you don't have to be techie. Not only do you not have to be techie.
Since I'm quite techie, I have a little program that can do that stuff. It's I mind maps because I am a fan of mind mapping by IBWS. So I think it's working to use that type of software. So yeah, I definitely do that like that. So some ideas, and then okay,
so,
thank you.
Ricardo, how are you going to decide, because you have a lot of areas of expertise, how are you going to decide what you write about first? I think that Juliet has some ideas on that, but what are you thinking about?
I think that for my expertise, I am going to use what I am doing now. So that is quite the same thing that you are doing in US, Virginia. I'm doing the same thing here in Italy.
Wonderful.
So I'm quite so I'm quite expert in using videos, because I am the video editor for Alex Mandosian, and I'm good also in using Hangouts. So here in Italy, HMI is the acronym for Hangout Marketing Italia. So
okay, now I know.
So we are a colleague in
So did you see the interview that we just did over on Hangouts on Air?
Yes, not all, because I was late, but I saw, I think, the last 10 minutes.
Well, Juliet said something very important about making sure that you narrow it enough, and also that you focus on your audience's pain. So why don't you expand on that a little bit, Juliet?
Well, I was just about to ask him a question about it. And I think you and I talked about this when we did our pre-interview. There's all the technical things that you do with the Hangouts, but then there's that whole crowd who has the fear of getting on the Hangout. And so I would talk to those people and find out what is their pain point and what is keeping them from doing it. Is it that they think it's too technical, it's going to be too technically difficult? Because I hear that a lot. Or is it because they are just afraid to get in front of the camera? So I think I'd really sit down and talk to your audience. Obviously you have one already, and find out what is really the pain point that they want to hear about and they want to learn about. Because that's what makes your book successful, is people want to read it because it resonates with them.
Okay. I think I got the point. Yes.
Yeah, the fear of the camera is a big one. I mean, it's right up there with fear of public speaking. It's just hard for people who have not done it. And even Juliet was laughing at me because I did the Periscope. We did the Periscope pre-show to let people know about it over on another form of Twitter, and say, come on over and join us on the live broadcast or catch the replay. And Juliet, who is so articulate, said, I just fumble around when I'm trying to do Periscope. Well, you gotta hold another device up and either look at it or broadcast it some way. It's one more thing to do. But I think there's a lot to be said for speaking to people's fears that are holding them back from getting what I call the recognition they deserve, because they do have an expertise or a passion that is going to be, how do I want to put it? It can transform someone else's life. So if they're letting fear of the camera hold them back from getting their passion out there to the world, and to that select, as Juliet says, that narrowed down niche as to how it's going to help someone else, they're really missing what I think, and you also agree, Ricardo, is one of the best marketing platforms out there for increasing your audience connections and engagement, where they end up feeling like, I know you even before they've done any work with you. So I agree. It's a great topic to dig into deeper. I'd love to see what you come up with, Ricardo.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that, because it really is tough for a lot of people. And that is the big thing with author platform building. People feel like they can go and they can work with a website, but when it comes to actually engaging with the public, that's where they get a little bit scared with it, because it actually requires a lot of effort to build relationships and get to know people. And that's what you have to be able to do.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes, it's not only a matter of the site.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry, Ricardo, say that again.
Yes, I was saying that it's not only a matter of having a site. So the site is the last thing to think about.
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, let me address a question from Christine Copper again. Christine, you're welcome to jump in here with us, but she wants to know.
Smiling face. I think you just joined my group.
This is how we get to know. I want to hear about the books you've written. So come on, take the plunge. We'll coach you through it. You can't do it wrong. Christine, come on in. But here's what she wants to know. Would you recommend a website or a blog?
Okay, I actually recommend both, because this is the part I never get about writers. None of them can write a blog. They tell me all day long, my clients, day in and day out, I don't know what to say. You wrote a whole book. Why do you not know what to say? So I would recommend both, because you're going to want the website to be able to tell a little bit about you, have your media kit, about what you do. Obviously, Christine, you do something that's nonfiction related, so you probably have an area of expertise. Have a blog. A blog is content, and you absolutely should have a blog. Also on there, you're going to want that freebie opt-in so that you can get those people from your community and from your website into your mail list, because that is really where your gold is at. When I was talking about community building earlier, what a lot of people don't understand is when you have a venue like Facebook, those are Facebook's people. Until you can take them and convert them from Facebook into your email list, they're not your people. So, we've seen Facebook change their algorithms almost daily sometimes. And, who remembers MySpace? You could wake up one day and all those people who are following you on Facebook are gone, and you've just spent years cultivating relationships that you didn't really make your own. Very good sense. And Christine is saying, no way, she's fresh out of chemo. She's not coming in right now. But okay. I would say, Christine, we'd love you no matter what. Throw a hat on, whatever you want to do. But I understand. And I'm glad you're done with that. And I hope that you're in full recovery. We really send you our very best wishes for you. Yeah. And who is Kelly? What's my newsroom background? That is not about publishing a book, but that's very CNN, doesn't she? Yeah, that's my newsroom background. That's all it really is. I have a green screen. I'm using a broadcast medium called XSplit. It's how I'm able to be on here and provide you with a lower third so you still know who I am when people come back to replay. That's one of my biggest frustrations with Blab, is that the identity, the branding, it disappears after you're off of the broadcast. So now you've got this wonderful recording and replay. And, I get hundreds more people watch the replay than get on here live because, hey, we're all busy. And if you don't offer people some way to know who you are after the fact, especially when you are a guest, because at least they can see it's my show. But I want you all in the future to know that we are speaking with Juliet Dillon Clark right now, who is the CEO of, say it again, because I don't have it right in front of me. Winsome Media Group. And she is an expert in writing and getting an author's platform set up so that you can prepare to launch your book with great success and even become a bestseller because you've done the steps correctly. So let's review that for just a moment, Juliet, for people who are just joining us right now. What is an author's platform, and what is one of the most important things they need to do before they write their book? An author platform is basically audience building. You are building an audience of people that are following you before you ever get the book written and published. And you do this for several reasons. You do it so that you have a body of audience that you can query on what is their pain point and what is the book I need to write that you will all embrace. You do it to build relationships, because these people, when you start building trust and loyalty, they will not only be the people who go out and buy your book, but they will be the people that get out in front of that get you in front of their audiences as well. Just like Virginia and I are doing today. I'm being introduced to her audience. She's coming on my show and being introduced to my audience next month. And so we're bringing each other to other audiences. And that is also the way to be able to build your following and your audience. And can I just address Christine's comment here about the tweets? Would that be okay?
Yes, please.
Christine, I want to tell you, when I have clients tell me this all the time about they have a really tough time with posting, what do I post, and tweets. I suggest that you sit down and you write 25 questions that people ask you all the time about your books, your topics, and start putting those out into tweets and putting the question and the answer. That's a good place to start until you get comfortable with what you're doing. And it's easy. You know it. You know it like the back of your hand. So that's the best way to get started on social media, with something like that. That'll be engaging. And authentic too.
Great tip. And Kelly, thanks for joining. She's an engagement specialist, joining late from Texas, looking forward to the replay. Yes. Now, I'm going to also point this out one more time, since you all asked about, my XSplit studio. I'm going to tell you once again, quickly switching over to another scene. Do you want to go hear all the amazing goldmine tips that Juliet has already provided for us? All you need to do is to go to hmtips.com/Juliet, and you will be able to see the whole interview that we just completed over on G+ and Hangouts on Air. So please take advantage of that. And we're just so appreciative that you're stopping in over in the after show. The whole point of the after show, and we are going to be finishing up in a moment, but the whole point of the after show is to be able to connect with people on a deeper level. If you're not comfortable over in Hangouts, at least on Blab, you can jump on if you'd want to, leave your questions here, and get familiar with a whole new live streaming platform, which I love. I love all the different live streaming platforms. They are a way for you to get out there and make deeper connections. So this is an opportunity for you to ask questions. We're going to give it 5 more minutes. Anyone else who wants to jump in or write a question in the comment area or over on the left-hand side. That way. That way. It's all backwards, so I don't know. It's over on the left-hand side of your computer screen. Put a question in there. And please also tweet this out to a little bird so that those people who missed the show can come and catch it in replay. All right. Any last questions or comments? Ricardo, how about you?
I'm done.
Who's done? All right.
Let me become a successful writer.
You will do that. Don't go
down. Yeah, good advice on the tweets they're saying. And also, this is interesting. I have ADD, yet was able to churn out 26 tips for a blog. Now repurpose them into blog, podcasts, and vodcasts. Yes, absolutely. And I repurpose my show as well. My show is repurposed in multiple ways. And one of the things that I love is turning it into a video cast, which is a podcast up on iTunes. And it's amazing the number of views I get with my show after the fact on iTunes. So yeah, don't limit all the different places. I call these your assets, your live stream assets, your broadcast assets can be repurposed and leveraged in multiple ways. So do take advantage of that. And you can do it. You can just take, I can take this now with Juliet, and I can take out snippets of what she has shared with her strategies and tips. And those can become, blog posts. Those can become, written or video, right? I can just break them out. I know that Ricardo does a lot of that when he's working with Alex. And don't underestimate the value of all the material you've probably already created.
And for those of you who haven't created content, there are a lot of really inexpensive ways to be able to create content and get it out there to the public. Virginia, can I talk a little bit about Authorpreneur? Is that allowed?
Absolutely.
We have our Authorpreneur program over at Winsome Media Group, and we're starting again in January. And the Authorpreneur program is 6 weeks, and we cover so much of this. A niche identification and how to split test your niche on Facebook, what you need, web essentials, how to build a community. We go over how to get gigs and get yourself in front of other people's audiences. We talk about the sales funnel. We talk about the creation of inexpensive content and how you can bring this all together into one really engaging platform. So if you go over and join my group, writing and publishing tips and tricks over on Facebook, you'll see the links over there. But we are starting up in January, and it's a super helpful program for those of you who want to get started now building that platform and get out there. And if you've already written a book and you're not having much success getting it sold, it's also very helpful for that.
Wonderful. So I've put that in the comment section. Authorpreneur program on Winsome Media Group, and that is winsomemediagroup.com. Is that correct?
Yes. What is Kelly's question? Do you help us chart out industry surveys to key market people? I don't understand the question.
So be more specific, Kelly, or jump on and
we'll take it. Love to see you, Kelly.
Waiting to see if you want to jump on. We've got a seat open. Come on in.
Like you interview 100 CEOs on engagement. Do I do that? I don't specifically do that. I think she's maybe talking about, the structure.
The structure, she said.
Oh, okay. The structure of your content, if that's what you're talking about. Yes, I can help you with that. When you guys are part of the 6-week Authorpreneur program or part of my coaching programs, we will sit down and structure what's your social media, what you're trying to accomplish there. Writing a book and reporting results, we can absolutely do that as well. We kind of take that where you want to go with it, but first we have to identify that niche audience and find out who you're doing all this for. I think I understood her question. I'm not sure.
Someone else is having a bad hair day. Ladies, it's okay if you just stick a cat on and come on in. Guys do it all the time.
Yeah, it's being authentic, Kelly.
All right. Any final words you'd like to leave with everybody today, Juliet? Thank you for giving us that information.
You're welcome. No, just, you know what? Dream big, write big, and publish big. That's my word of advice to you. Don't do any of this small. If get yourself out there, get yourself visible, and make this work for you.
Love it. Dream big, write big, and publish big, right?
Right.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for just great information on both the Hangout on Air and the Blab today. We really appreciate it, Juliet. Ricardo, thanks for jumping in. Great to see you today. And Margarita, thank you as well. And for all of you who have joined us in Blab, thank you. We look forward to seeing you on the next Inspirational Businesswoman After Show. And in the meantime, go catch the show, the interview that we just did a little bit ago over on over on Hangouts. There's where you go to see it, hmtips.com/Juliet. She really provided great strategies and information for us today. So thank you once again. We'll see you all next week on the Inspirational Businesswoman After Show. Bye-bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. We just click out.